Arbinia, and welcome to the John and Sooty Show. Right, how's it going? Are you alright, mate? Yeah, I am. Right. Now, you might be a bit confused why Sooty's here. Well, there is a real good reason why Sooty's here. It's because there's some soft folks out there who don't know the difference between Sooty and Sweep. Because folks have been coming up to me and says, "Oh no, Joe. Yeah, I'm on the internet. Yeah, does that Sooty thing with Sooty do, yeah?" And I says, "No." Or does that thing with Sweep, Wayne and so forth. Sooty barely appears on the show. I don't think they know the difference between him, right, don't they? Well, this is Sooty. As you can see, he's yellow and he don't speak. So he ain't much use, is he? Nah, he ain't. So this is Sooty. So it ain't the John and Sooty show, it's the John and Sweep show. So you say ta-ra, Sooty. Ta-ra. Right, you going? Right, good. Right then.
Oh, Binya.
Binya, Johnny. Now this is Johnny Womble. You have met him before, he's from Wednesbury. Right, let's bring the star of the show. Sweep. You're going to get up here, mate. Come on, Sweep. Sweep, where am you? You're what? You're just going in the shower. What do you mean you're just going in the shower? We've got a show to do. No, Sooty, I'm covering for you. Get your house up here. What the bloody hell? What the hell you got on your head? It's a shower cap. I don't think it is, mate. It's the Womble shower cap. Am you sure? You got it out of a box marked Johnny's. Really? Right, I think we're going to have to... This is not a shower cap. It will protect you, but not from showers, you know, other things. So we're going to go into that. So, anyway, do you think we can get started now? Oh, before we do, look, I got something for you. You're excited. You excited? Oh, he's excited. Look, oh, he's excited. Look what I got for you. It's an apple. You know it's an apple. It's small. Yeah, well, it's about your size. You've just dropped that on the floor, ain't you? You don't like it. Why not? Because it's a crab apple. You know what a crab apple is, don't you? Well, they use them little crab apples to make jam and jelly out of, you know. Oh, they do, yeah. That's what crab apples are for. Mind you, I'm going to tell you a story. Years ago, somebody told me this story, and he says, if you've ever got crabs, now for the adults in the audience, they know what that is, you know. He said, if you've ever got crabs, because the best way to get rid of them, you ain't got to have you. You got an itch there. I think you needed that shower, don't you? Anyway, he says, if you've got crabs, because the best way to do is just get a little crab apple and stick it in front of your pubic hair, and when they all jump onto the crab apple, throw it on the floor and step on it. Some of the soft things folks think of, I don't know. How they end up in this show is beyond me and all. Any roads, right, now, what we're going to do today? Well, what I thought I'd do is I'm going to talk about, only a little bit about some of the Black Country characters, right? Because there's a few Black Country characters. There is all. Now, the first bloke is a fella called George Lovett, right? Now, I don't know if many of you all know who he is, because he died back in the 1930s. But my granddad used to speak about him, because my granddad had a bit of weight on him, and he used to say, "I'm getting as big as George Lovett, I am." Well, George Lovett was a brawly Hill bloke, and he was a butcher, he was a bookie, he was a bit of a legend, and he was actually voted the country's heaviest man. I think he was something like 51 stone. He was, and he's buried in Brawley Hill. And if you ever see his grave, it's twice as big. You can fit 2 or 3 people in his grave. It was that big, But, right, now, obviously I've got a couple of pictures up behind me, but the Black Country History Jamie, yeah. Now he's planning on doing an in-depth thing on George Lovett, but I thought I'd just mention him. You know, he's a Black Countryman. Right. Who else we got? Oh, Duncan Edwards, the football man. Yeah, that's him. Good old big Duncan, the Tipton man. Right, now he used to live on, 31 Elm Road on the Priory. So the house is still there, so I can go and visit that. And he's also buried in Dudley. But, yeah, my old friend Emma, not my new friend Emma, but my old friend Emma, her granddad was actually a cousin of Duncan Edwards. And actually I got the good fortune to meet a granddad many years, 20 odd years ago. And he told me when he was young, and Duncan was only a little kid really, he gave him a tennis ball and taught him how to kick it up against the wall in a back alley in Dudley. And he says after that, he says everyone at school says whenever they see Duncan, he says he's literally got this little tennis ball glued to his foot. So I guess football with him was a passion from the start. But you know, he was a hell of a football player, they say. And they reckon he was one of the toughest football players that there ever was. Mind you, coming from Tipton and living on the Priory, you know, it's understandable. I say he don't come from Tipton, he come from Dudley, but he lived on the Priory, which is by Tipton. So, you know, we ain't going to split hairs about that before you bother to point that out. Well, you know, talking of Tipton, we're going to talk about your mate. Yeah, well, we've mentioned him before. Yeah, the Tipton Slasher. No, you like the Tipton Slapper. Right. Yeah, I'm sure you do. She's a very nice girl. Met her a couple of times. Very nice girl. Anyway, the Tipton Slasher, a fella called William Perry. Yeah. He was the bare knuckle boxer he was. Oh, yeah, you want a box? You want a box, do it. Better? Stop messing about, get up here. Anyway, he was a bare knuckle boxer. Now, I ain't going to go into too much detail on these folks, but I'm sure we can. But if you want more detail, just contact Jamie, the Black Country History Hunter. You'll find him on Facebook and on YouTube. You ask him, I'm sure he'd be delighted to do an in-depth thing on the Tipton Slasher or Duncan Edwards. Anyway, right, now, how did he become a boxer? Well, if there's any experts out here, don't knock me for this, but this is how I heard it happened. He was actually working on the barges at the time, and these barges used to transport goods up and down the cut. Anyway, when they get to a great big tunnel, especially like the one in Dudley, they all have to queue up and wait their turn to go through this tunnel. So to pass the time away, what they used to do, some of the lads who were on these boats, they used to have a fight. And if you won the fight, you got to get through the tunnel first. And apparently this William Perry was bloody fantastic at that sort of thing. So, you know, that was his vocation, I reckon. After that, he get up, going up and down the cut and got into boxing, huh? Boston boxing, huh? Anyway, I'm rambling on. Anyway, right now, the reason you've only come to watch the show, it's time for Wayne Slot. So take it away, Wayne.
How's it doing, everybody? Have you all missed me? The Wainsters here. How's it doing? Right, now I've been told that I have been missed a lot. So I've got to say a special thank you to Dave from Tipton and his mate Andy. Well, all the Tipton crew really, because seems that they've been missing me and they've been requesting more of me videos. So anyway, here I am. Right, I've got a good for you today, right? I bet you I heard this one. Mind you, I bet that bloody Andy has. He's heard them all, or at least he claims to have. Right, now I'm not gonna lie, right, that was the Dudley Zoo. And they climbs into the lion enclosure. And each one grabs the tail of a lion, and they starts doing the foxtrot. Anyway, the lions turns round and starts fighting back, and they get into this great big scrap with both these lions. Anyway, afterwards, Enoch and Ayla, I'm sitting by the wall, all torn to pieces, and Enoch turns to Ayla, he says, I don't think much of this lion dancing. Did you like that, kids? Well, I hope you did. Anyway, this has been the Wayne slot. And keep all your requests are coming in, because everybody loves the Wainster. And I could be available for parties and stuff like that. My job a bit expensive. I am a kid. I don't know if anybody in the Black Country can afford me. Anyway, I'll catch you all later. See ya.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that, because Wayne's been requested a lot. Folks have been right. We want more Wayne. We want more Wayne. I thought they don't give a toss about us, don't they? No. I think I'll just give it over to him. Just be the Wayne show. And then just me and y'all just pop in now and then and go, and we'll bugger off. I don't know. Any road, right? Where was I? Right? I got a bit of a poem for you. Now, I've got to try and read this because my glasses are steaming up. But anyway, I think it's going saft. Yeah. Thought perhaps one day I might, sometimes, be on this planet. The poor old woman just ain't right. Bit like you, really. Just keeps misplacing things. I may want to make a fuss. But her faculty's unfading, and I think her's getting worse. You like that, then? Now, this is the Black Country book I was telling you about. So, if you ain't got if you ain't got a copy of that yet, look at it, I'm pushing the camera around. If you ain't got a copy of that yet, go and get it. It's worth it. It is, Any road, right, we got a couple of jokes for you, I think. Seeing as Wayne's probably told the best one. I hope you enjoyed that. I hadn't heard that, and that was a good one. Right, Enoch and Ayla, but no, what Enoch and that? What am I thinking? It's a bloody joke, Wayne was saying. Anyway, I was walking along the cut, that was it, and there was a bloke fishing, and he looked a bit distressed. I says, you alright? He says, oh, bloody hell. He says, me mate's in the cut. I says, oh, what happened? He says, well, I was eating my sandwich and the mate fell out. You like that? For anybody who ain't from the Black Country, mate is meat. Meat like sliced ham and stuff like that. I know it's soft, I gotta tell them. Right, what else? Oh, right. Now, I ain't sure if I told this joke before. And if I have, I apologise, but I ain't sure I have. Right. And I've got to try and get this one right. It's a bit of a long one. Right, there's this bloke, he's in a pub. And he's had a couple of drinks, right? And he goes up to the landlord, and he says to him, "Is you a betting man?" The landlord says, "Why?" And he picks up this empty pint glass, and he walks over to a table, and he sticks it on the table, and he says, "I bet you 50 quid I can stand on your bar and piss into that pint glass, fill it up, and not spill a drop." And the landlord looks, he goes, bloody hell, that's 12 foot away. No chance. He says, right, yeah, man. So this bloke climbs up on the bar, gets his gentleman's piece out. Gets his cock out. Anyway, he starts up pissing. He's pissing all over the bloody floor. He's pissing all over the tables. He turns around, he's pissing all over the bar. And the landlord's watching it. He's got no chance. He says, that 50 quid's as good as mine. So he starts laughing. And he ends up, he's pissing all over the landlord. He says, oh, he's got no flaming chance. Oh, that 50 quid's as good as mine. He's pissing. And then he stops. He goes, oh, sorry, mate. He says, I couldn't do it. He says, here's your 50 quid. And he says, blimey, I've got a good smile on your face for somebody who's lost 50 quid. He says, yeah, someone he lost 50 quid. He says, but you see them two blokes in the back of the pub? He says, oh. He says, I'll just bet them 500 quid that I could come in here, piss all over the floor, piss all over the bar, piss all over you, and you'd stand there laughing. You like that one, did you? Good. Right, any road. I think it's time to go. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you have any suggestions that what me and Sweet can do, then write in and tell us. You can just say, well, maybe I could do this, and maybe I could. You're waving at everybody again. We got to say, oh, right, okay then. So I got to try and remember all the folks that watches this show. And if I miss you out, I'm sorry. Right. Now, first of all, I've got to say a special thank you to my sister Wendy. Yeah, you're sending her your love. My sister Dawn. Right. And then we got Dave and Andy and Emma from Tipton. Yeah, and the Tipton mob. And, and Andy's son Joe. Right, we got Mary and Brent in America. Right, okay, we got to keep waving here. But and there's Darren Meaden, who likes you, and my mate Daz, yeah. And literally everybody out there who can't tell the difference between Sweep and Sooty. So, anyways, well, a big thank you to everybody who does watch this show. It is much appreciated. And like I said, if you want to learn more about the Black Country characters, I urge you to check out Jamie. His name's Jamie. He's the Black Country History Hunter. He's got some Boston videos, and you'll find him on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you ever message him, just say that dopey bloke John who does the John and Sweet show sent you to it. But anyway, it's time to go now, are you, Tom? In you ain't. Right, time to go then. See ya. Goodbye. Goodbye. Ta-ra. 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 See ya.